Okay, hi guys and welcome to the show. Today, a very quick episode of Wristwatch Talk. Today, I'm going to be going through 15 terms that every budding watch collector and watch enthusiast should know. Now, of course, a lot of you will know this stuff already, but because we get new subscribers, new viewers, new people into this passion every single day, it's worth going through, and also kind of coincides with an article I came across. Let me just get the phrasing right. This is an article from earlier in the year from Business Insider. There'll be a link in the description so you can follow along as we talk about it. Actually, it's a pretty good place for a newbie, or I don't like that term, for a person that's just getting into watch collecting to start. So of course, before I get into this video, I've got to do wristwatch check. I'm wearing my new Stratton Curve, given to me by a good friend and long-time supporter of the channel. It is a Mecha Quartz. It's a kind of 70s inspired retro racing chronograph. It's very chic, very stylish, very well made as well. And it's great to see viewers, friends, achieving their dreams and making dreams come true. And it's just a fantastic watch. I have reviewed it. I'll add a card up there so you can check out the full review. I reviewed the prototype, I think over a year ago now. So this is the final complete version, and it is absolutely pure class. Anyway, wristwatch check done. Let's roll the intro and get into today's video. So basically, if I show you quickly, it breaks down the 15 terms to 9 of the components of the watch, defining each feature, and then 6 additional terms that they've kind of deemed important. So let's go through them and see if we agree and if we disagree as well. For beginners, the world of watches can be a mysterious and intimidating place. Interesting they say intimidating. I mean, I don't really... Have you guys found that? I wonder if that's true. I wonder what they're referring to. Maybe like high-end horology, going into kind of snooty stores perhaps. But I don't get intimidated. But anyway, that's just my personality. So before you start wading through the millions of quality watches for sale today, I absolutely agree with that. The first hurdle is knowing what you're talking about. Let us help you with that. We've rounded up the 15 most common watch-specific terms. I wonder where they got that statistic from. Okay, first of all, bracelet, the metal wrist strap of the watch. Fair enough. Followed by bezel, the metal ring surrounding the crystal of the watch. Excellent. I would also like to add that some rotate, some are unidirectional, some are bidirectional, some have a countdown timer, some have scales for aviation calculations, that kind of thing. Third, the case, the metal housing the watch's mechanicals. I'd like to add that the materials can vary. We have, of course, stainless steel, precious metals like gold, platinum, and of course even titanium. Okay, fourth, the face or dial, the part of the watch that has numerals or hash marks. Okay, fifth, the lugs, the metal parts that stick out at the bottom and the top of the watch's case that frame and hold the bracelet. Yeah, actually that's a really good definition. Clear, crisp, I like that. Number 6, the crystal, the glass piece embedded in the case that allows one to view the time and also protects obviously the dial and face. I would have added that as well. But do we need to say that anyway? Yeah, absolutely. Spot on, has to be there. Also, it's worthy to point out there are different types of crystals. Some are scratch resistant, some have AR coating, some are made from hesselite, for example, and they have a different kind of, they behave in a different way. They have an old school charm. But anyway, I'm getting far too technical, but it's worthy to point out there are different types. Okay, number 7, the crown, the button on the side of the watch that pulls out to set the time and date. It also rotates to wind some non-automatic mechanical watches. And also it does wind some automatic watches as well. I think that's a point to add on to that as well. Number 8, well, that was 7 or 6, I've lost count. Number 8, the complication, a feature of the watch beyond telling the time, such as day of the week, date, month, moon phase, etc., that kind of thing. I would have also included maybe a GMT hand for multiple time zones. What else? I mean, there are tons of complications. And it doesn't have to be mechanical, part of the movement. It can also be, you know, like a tetrametric scale running around the bezel. So I would have added that as well. Number 9, the movement. In fact, I would have put movement first, but it doesn't matter. The order, I guess, it's not about the order here. But anyway, the clockwork mechanism that enables the watch to tell time. Absolutely. So that was their 9 components of the watch. Let's see an additional 6. Quartz movement. Yes, definitely have to include this. A watch powered by a battery current that is sent through a quartz crystal which keeps perfect time. Absolutely. The next one, automatic or self-winding. Mechanical watch that winds itself automatically using the natural motion of one's wrist. It does not need a battery. Then they have chronograph, a type of watch that can also be used as a stopwatch. Absolutely. I would have put this under complication, and maybe it's a waste of a term. Okay, next one, power reserve. How long a mechanical watch can run before needing to be wound again. I think it would also be worthy to point out that some solar powered pieces, even some battery pieces have power reserves as well. Okay, the next one is a little strange to see in this list. Tourbillon. Now, let's read their definition. A mechanical watch that features a clockwork in a constantly rotating cage to protect the watch's time-telling accuracy from gravity distortions. Wow. Now, I've seen many tourbillons in the flesh. They're very impressive. It's not something I'm particularly interested. They're very, very high-end, very expensive to make. I don't think it belongs in a beginner's guide. It's very esoteric. As a beginner's guide, you don't need to know about tourbillons. I mean, wait until later on. I mean, I haven't even reviewed a tourbillon for my channel. So anyway, the last one is dive watch. And yes, I think dive watches are important, but they have just one genre of watch. Maybe I would have liked to have seen it as maybe 20 terms instead of 15. Include field watch, include aviation watch, include dress watch, you know, the most popular genres of watch. They define a diving watch as a watch that has been tested and will work underwater to a certain depth. Absolutely. I would have included water resistance rating as well, because I think that for me, when I'm buying a watch, I definitely take it into consideration, and I wish I understood the differences, the nuances in the different depth ratings when I first started getting into it. I really do. Most of them I think absolutely spot on. Tourbillon I don't think should have been in there. I would have liked to see water resistance explained, and then maybe extend it to 20 and include a few more genres of watch. That's my opinion, but generally a very good place to start. I think 10 is too little, and then 20 is just the right amount. I think maybe they wanted to make it short and sweet, you know, in this attention deficit age. If you want to back that article up with another great free resource online, go to watchtime.com. I'll leave links down below as well. Click on watches and then go to the watch term glossary. They have a really in-depth, extensive list. Everything from annual calendar to chronometer to relatively simple things like LED or lugs or whatever. I use it as well. Sometimes I want a more clear, precise definition when I'm preparing a video or all the rest of it. So I still do use it. So if you're a connoisseur or or a serious enthusiast, or you're just starting out, it's a great resource to go alongside that Business Insider article. But generally I think Business Insider did a great job, and I think it's welcome, because the more people learn about watches, the better it is for you and me. The channel grows, industry sells more watches, and there are more people to share this fantastic hobby that I honestly think does not get enough attention. The emphasis is on fancy shoes and nice suits and all the rest of it. They forget the watch. Anyway, Guys, it's a fantastic hobby. Let's try and help as many people out. I'd love to hear your terms for beginners you feel beginners should know down in the comments. Let's try and help as many people out as we can. Thank you very, very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it and found it useful. And as always, guys, I will catch you in the next one. Okay, ciao.